something to prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'ma be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fist, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Take Me Out to the Video Game, a podcast about baseball video games. I want to apologize in advance before we get into this episode because this episode's going to get a little bit ranty at times. Maybe a little trigger warning for some people because I've got a lot to say on some things that happened today and some things that happened over the weekend. So, there's a lot to cover today. Let's just dive right on into it, shall we? Before we even get into today's content drop, we need to address the dumpster fire that was Weekend Classic. Now, I'm going to say this, people. I said last week that you need to shut the fuck up. I'm walking back on that a little bit because now is a time to get angry. Now is a time to be upset. Now is a time to voice your opinions. But before you just go blatantly attacking SDS on socials, in Twitch chats, on YouTube, whatever, there is a civil way to do this and there is a right way to do this. They have on their website a submit feedback button that they do pay attention to. I submit to it all the time. Go to their website, submit your feedback, your thoughts on Weekend Classic, and do it in a civil manner so that your ticket to them doesn't just get thrown out the window and your account gets like flagged or whatever. Just be civil about it because this was a dumpster fire. Like there's no two ways around this. There's no excusing this. Higher players were deliberately tanking their rating to match up against people like myself. I played in a couple sweaty matchups. I went 2-4 in Bronze 2. And there's a couple sweaty matchups that I'm more proud of myself for holding my own because I went up against a couple of these big people and I still lost them, but not by the margins that I thought I would. So I'm a little proud of myself in that regard, but also these sweaty matchups shouldn't happen. They should have been playing in their own, divisions or whatever. But there are freeze-offs. Obviously, it happened late. Freeze-offs were happening left and right. And look, I get on people all the time about freeze-offs because it's like, just screw it, quit the game and move on. Like, your ranked record is not that important, in my opinion. But in all fairness, freeze-offs should not be happening at this rate. Freeze-offs have been a problem in MLB The Show for years, basically forever. And that's something that needs to be fixed. Now, I don't know if it's divert more attention to that and let the content suffer 1 year for a little while and maybe 26, 27 and really just figure out how to fix this fucking server problem. Like, I don't know if that's the answer. I really don't. And I don't know how, but the servers need to be fixed. I'm not the technical engineer. That's on them. I'm just telling you, it needs to be fixed. Weekend Classic, the first one, it just didn't go over well. You can't give us a cool new mode and then have it launch like this. Like and people that watch this channel know that I am a huge SDS booster supporter. I cut them a lot of slack in some areas that maybe I shouldn't. But with this one, there's no excuse for the way that this weekend went down. So with that aside, we can get into today's content. And before we dive into the content itself, this is where I need to address a portion of the community. I'm not going to say the entire community because I saw a lot of people pushing back against this as well. But there's a portion of the community right now that if you are a true baseball fan, if you are a true MLB The Show fan, you need to be fucking ashamed of yourself. Because during this Jackie Robinson Day stream, which, by the way, happy Jackie Robinson Day, everyone. I should have said that at the top, but my brain's a little distracted right now. But during their Jackie Robinson Day stream, they showed off some cool things. They did an interview with someone that works at the Jackie Robinson Museum in New York. And the amount of, like, borderline racist, just stupid comments that were going on during this interview saying, oh, this is a snooze fest, get to the content, we came here for the content, no one cares about this stuff, show the cards. First of all, shut the fuck up. You clearly have no idea what this day is and what this day means to people who love baseball. And if you are a baseball fan saying shit like that, you need to reevaluate something. Why are you here? Why are you playing this game? Why are you watching baseball? Because baseball has a rich history at times, a checkered history, and if you're not here for that, why are you here? Like, are you here playing this game just because, oh, I like cool cards and I want to feel like the best at something? If that's the case, then you know what? I'm sorry, but fuck off and go play Fortnite or Call of Duty. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. Like, this is a baseball game for baseball fans. And stuff that they showed today is for baseball fans. I thoroughly enjoyed this little interview. Yes, they need to do something about their audio quality. That I will say. Their audio quality on the interview was drastically different than the audio quality of their live stream. So you'll see it in a little bit if you missed it, because we're going to play the thing in its entirety here at the end of this video. But those are some things that need to be addressed. But, like, come on, dude. Like, the comments were disgraceful and disgusting, and just showed that there is a portion of this fan base, a portion of this community that does not understand Jackie Robinson Day, does not understand what he went through, does not understand baseball, and is possibly here and in this community and playing this game for the wrong reasons, or for reasons that just don't fucking matter. So, like, why are you here if you're not here for stuff like this? Because I'm here for stuff like this all day, every day. But then again, I live and breathe baseball. So that's just, I guess, another rant I had to get through. But got that out of my system now. Let's get into this content, because there is some crazy good stuff today. First and foremost, before we get into the Diamond Dynasty portion, there are 2 more Negro League Legends in storylines. You can go play through those storylines. It's going to come in handy because there is a collection, we're going to get to it in a second, that has to do with them. First, let's take a look at the new program today. There is a Jackie Robinson Day program, that you get a bunch more of these cards. You get an Andy Cooper. 86s at this point in the game are not quite as relevant anymore if you're starting to, climb your way up the power curve, but still some usable cards, Raptics, and tons of secondaries. Now that's where these guys come in really handy, because they're dialing back on the secondaries in general this year, and I get it, right? Like, that's another thing. There's a lot of people in the chat saying, oh, they're killing the secondaries because they want these Negro League cards to shine. Not necessarily the case. The they're making secondaries more true to the cards. So like if you get an all-star card with a guy that might have had a secondary in a different year, if he didn't play that secondary during that all-star campaign, he doesn't get that secondary. They're making the cards more true to themselves, much like these Negro League cards are going to be more true to themselves with the secondaries, because these guys truly did play everywhere all the time, because that was the necessity of the league. But it does make some of these cards a little bit more viable in Diamond Dynasty. You got this Leon Day card. I'm excited to pitch with him. Rube Foster, always fun to pitch with him. And then, of course, Jackie Robinson, Monarchs Jackie Robinson at the end for secondaries. I've been needing a new shortstop, and kind of toying with maybe a new second baseman as well. So this is going to be a good card for me. I'm excited to get this card and use this card. There's some moments and missions and a showdown that has repeatable pack rewards at the end of it as well. You got to face Donaldson at the end of the showdown, which is not going to be fun, but there's more cards for the collection. We got a Conquest map for Jackie Robinson Day that has a really nice Hilton Smith card at the end of it. So they're kind of rolling these out as like a Diamond Dynasty takeover. And then when you get into the multiplayer programs, first of all, you get your Kopex and your Satchel Page. This card is going to be a beast for those that get to him. I probably won't get to him that fast, unfortunately, because I'm not great online. We talk about that at length here on the channel, how I am a scrub online. And then in the ranked, the actual legit ranked program, in your World Series reward, you got Chipper Jones Day, which is pretty damn cool. But my boy Martin Dihigo, this is the one thing that hurts my soul, that he is a ranked series World Series reward, because it's going to take forever for me to get this card, and you guys know how much I love Martin Dihigo cards. Like, I love them, and it's going to take forever for me to get him, because I'm not making World Series anytime soon. It's not happening for me. It's not. We got some other cool stuff here in the collections. We got this new Negro League collection with a Larry Doby. And then at the top of it, you see the boy himself, John Donaldson. Gonna be an absolute sick card. Sick. Like, even a 90 overall. When we get to the 99s, this is going to be insane for some of these cards. Always is. Oh boy. I'm not looking forward to facing him, because there are people that are going to be able to grind him out today and get him. It's going to take me forever, but I'm going to have to face him at some point. Let's go and see what else is in the packs. Did they change any packs? We have a new headliner, a Don Sutton at 89 overall. Chase is still Randy Johnson. Well, that looks like just about everything, and that is going to do it for me. I'm going to get ready to go and grind the hell out of these programs, get these cards, get them in my lineup, and get things started. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Sorry for the couple of rants today, but some things that had to be said. As always, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and throw me a comment, or not a content, throw me a comment in the comment section about what you are most excited to grind with this Negro League content, and what cards you are most excited for besides John Donaldson, because I feel like he's going to be a concrete number one for everybody. So what other cards are you most excited for? Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun shit. Peace out. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Hello, MLB The Show fans. Welcome to another episode of The Show Live. It is a special The Show Live. It's Jackie Robinson Day. We're celebrating everything Jackie Robinson. I'm Carson. Of course, I'm here with Ashley.
Hello, hello.
And we have a lot of great content we are bringing to you on a Tuesday.
A Tuesday?
Probably one of the better drops I've ever seen on a Tuesday.
I'd say the best.
And that's the only way we knew how to celebrate Jackie Robinson Day. But before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about game updates. We had one go out this morning. I know it was a smaller update. Some fans are wondering where their feedback's going. We're still hearing it. We still have, a ton of stuff we're looking at. But I think the City Connect for the Rockies went out. And then a couple other small bug fixes. So keep that feedback coming. We really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it for game updates.
Right.
Obviously, Weekend Classic came out this weekend, Ashley.
Yes. Weekend Classic came out. It actually just officially ended the second we went live. We know it had a little bit of a bumpy start. It's everyone's first time playing it. It's our first time developing it and seeing it in the wild. We appreciate your patience. Carson, I know we're working on some fixes for the next go around, but we got through the first one.
Yeah, for sure. It was a little bumpy to start on Friday. We are, working through some fixes like Ashley mentioned. Just keep that feedback coming. We really appreciate it. Trying to make it the best it can be. So thanks for bearing with us, community. We're going to make this the best it can be. And then one other housekeeping item, Team Affinity.
Yeah.
You've been seeing a lot of conversation about it.
Absolutely. A reminder, when it comes to Team Affinity, there will be future program drops of Team Affinity. My Journey is not the only program when it comes to Team Affinity. It is the heaviest, I would say, of content that you'll see in Team Affinity, but please be patient. There will be future programs down the line. We're still a little bit away from it, but it is on the horizons. Just My Journey, that's your primary focus, and you can switch between an active and passive perspective as you're completing those programs.
Yeah, for me, I like doing it passively. I've said that before on the stream. Like, I'm going to go work on when the pipeline was out, the spring breakout. I'm going to have, my Nats in there, and it's just going to kind of slowly get me to where I need to be for the All-Star voucher and hopefully the finest voucher. But it's nice to hear that we will have more Team Affinity drops in the future. So huge W there. Appreciate it. Today,
it's all about this guy.
It's all about this guy, Jackie Robinson. We're going to celebrate him a ton in the game. We have so much great content that we're going to be dropping at noon. Colin, do we want to hit him with what the lineup looks like today?
Let's do it.
So to start, we're going to have Storylines Drop 2. 2 new legends, Ashley.
2 new. I'm excited. Oscar Charleston and Leroy Matlock. We'll get into that in just a minute.
And then, of course, we're going to talk about all the Jackie Robinson Day content. That means the program that I'm sure some of you guys saw on socials early, but there's a lot of Negro League Series legends that are going to be all throughout Diamond Dynasty, and we're going to talk through that. I mean, multiplayer program, ranked rewards, tons of other great stuff.
It's a complete DD takeover.
It's a DD takeover. So we're going to walk through everything Jackie Robinson today, including some of these other Negro League legends that are going to be throughout DD. And I think that's it. So,
yeah, you touched on ranked new World Series awards drop today in about an hour, and then with a new ranked, new multiplayer program.
So lots of great content coming your way. We flipped over from Weekend Classic, so that multiplayer 2 program is going to be out. The new ranked 2 is going to be out. Lots of new content. I think it's time to get into it.
Let's get into it. We'll go on the dev kit here. You see, we're in the main menu of the game. We want to talk about the new storylines drop to hit us off here. So we navigate on over to storylines. This is how you find the Season 3 legends. Visit with our friend Bob Kendrick. You'll get an awesome recap video of the last 2 seasons. For sake of today's stream, we'll skip through it. No disrespect, Mr. Kendrick.
Yes.
But as we were saying, Oscar Charleston is one of 2 new legends for today's storyline drop. Play through his moments, experience his story. Additionally, we will have Leroy Matlock as well, dropping today. And I'm personally very excited about these legends. When I first heard about Leroy Matlock finally joining the roster, I was the most excited.
Yeah, totally. And remember, this is drop 2 of 3 drops, so we will be having more storylines added in the future. But for today, let's celebrate these new Negro League legends that are in storylines and go in and play their moments. It should be pretty quick. You'll get some great rewards along the way, rewards that might matter down the road. So make sure that you get in there and experience these 2 new legends.
Yeah, I promise you, if you haven't already caught up with Drop 1 and then now Drop 2, including this Captain Walter Buck Leonard card, you're going to want to make sure you have all these cards by the time we get to the end of today's stream. But that is Drop 2 of storylines for Jackie Robinson Day. But Carson, we have something else to show our fans.
Yeah, we obviously have all this great content, but there's some other important stuff that we really wanted to talk about. We actually had a chance, Ashley and Ramon had a chance to sit down with Ivo Filbert, who is vice president for the Jackie Robinson Foundation, and talk about how much Jackie Robinson means to the game, means to us. So we had a great interview that we want to show you guys. Colin, if you want to roll tape.
Welcome, MLB The Show fans, and happy Jackie Robinson Day. Today, I have the special privilege to be joined by Ivo Filbert, the Vice President of the Jackie Robinson Foundation and Museum. Ivo, how are you doing today?
I'm amazing. Thank you very much. So excited to be here with you guys.
And we are joined by our very own Ramon Russell. Ramon, how we doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's always an amazing day to get to another Jackie Robinson Day.
It's Jackie Robinson Day, so let's talk about the man of the hour. We know Jackie Robinson as the player he became throughout the Negro Leagues and then Major League Baseball. We also know him for his various humanitarian efforts. Ivo, we'll start with you. What's something that you really cling to about Jackie Robinson's story?
There's so many stories about Jackie Robinson that I relish in every day. So when we think about his work in politics, when we think about his work as an entrepreneur, when we think about his work just again, making a difference in the lives of so many people. There's so many stories. I like to share with people things that are in the museum, right? So Jackie Robinson's broad jump, 25 feet 6 inches. And most people come into the museum, they see that on the floor, and they are blown away. They're astonished. I like to talk about Jackie's work around the ballot and the buck, right? How do you make a difference politically in your communities? So there's so many stories I can tell about Jackie Robinson. And we can go on and on and on.
Ramon, do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, it's, I don't think we'll ever fully understand everything that Jackie meant because he was so special. Most people don't know, as Ivo mentioned, that he lettered in 4 sports. And baseball was his weakest sport. And who won the first ever Rookie of the Year? Who also broke the color barrier? When we talk about the most important sports figures, in the world, Jackie Robinson is up at the top of that list if he's not number one. He was so important with everything that he accomplished and everything that he went through, so we can even have these conversations today.
And Ramon, just so you know, I'm actually standing in the museum, so you can see sort of the scoreboard and 42. So.
And for our fans who have been joining us the past couple of years, they were able to experience Jackie Robinson and his impact in the Negro Leagues with our kickoff of the Storylines project starting in MLB The Show 23. But tying this back into the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Ramon, we'll start with you. How long have we partnered with the foundation, and what were some of the initial goals?
Our initial goals are the same goals of the Jackie Robinson Foundation, and we've been partnering with them since 2020, I believe. And it has been such a fruitful partnership, and every single year we try to do everything we can to continue to help the JRF do their mission, which is lower the achievement gap and help elevate some of the most amazing high school kids that are in school going into college, so they can learn a little bit more about Jackie Robinson and what made him so special, so they can then take those things in turn in their heart so they can be the next individual that helps change the world.
And Ivo, from your perspective, what has this partnership meant to you?
Oh, this partnership has meant everything to us. I mean, the work that we do with the young people, we have 8 Pathway Scholars through this partnership, so we really appreciate that. And the work that we continue to do in terms of elevating scholars. We have 230 scholars that we currently support throughout the Jackie Robinson footprint across the country. So to watch these students go through 4 years of development with us, and then certainly graduate with our 98% graduation rate. So support from Sony Interactive really helps us to fulfill the mission of, making sure education is at the top of the list.
Yeah, and Ivo, you touched on it there with the scholarships. Ramon, you do a lot here. So what have these different scholarships and opportunities meant for you and your program?
I mean, it's all about helping. You always want to treat people the way you want to be treated. And, as Jackie said, a life is only as important as the impact it has on other lives. And so we saw this amazing opportunity for Sony Interactive Entertainment, PlayStation to partner with the Jackie Robinson Foundation. And then we asked the MLB The Show community to come along board with us. And it's been an incredible partnership. As Ivo mentioned, we have 8 Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars right now. We'll have more in the future because we have a scholarship endowment. And we wouldn't have that scholarship endowment without the incredible support of the MLB The Show community over these past years, supporting these philanthropic funding efforts.
I'm glad you mentioned the community. It always ties back with them. Let's talk about the donations they have made since we've partnered with the Jackie Robinson Foundation in 2020. Ramon, can we speak to some of the numbers of those donations and where that donation was coming from?
Yeah, so I won't talk to numbers specifically. What I like to focus on is impact and intentionality. You know, the impact of these philanthropic funding initiatives. If we have 8 Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars, 2 of them are sophomores, the rest of them are in their junior years. So, as Ivo said, it's a 4-year program. We get them as freshmen, and they go through 4 years of mentoringship and leadership so they can become the next great leaders of America. And we wouldn't have been able to do this without the community's help. We have those 8 scholars, but we also have that scholarship endowment. And again, you know, the dollar amount is not really important. It's that impact. And having a scholarship endowment, which means in perpetuity, just means we get to continue to help the JRF fulfill their mission.
And Ivo, from your perspective, what has the community and their support meant to you?
Oh, it's meant everything. We so appreciate the community sort of rallying behind this cause. And education is so important in the communities that we serve. And as Ramon said, it's about impact, right? It's about intentional impact. And we are impacting the lives of young people every day.
Absolutely. And one of the things we like to do with each new iteration of MLB The Show is we list a Jackie Robinson charity pack on the shop for people to purchase where donations go back to the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Ramon, can you speak a little bit to that pack? What can our fans expect from it for this year?
Yeah, and once again, we are selling a Jackie Robinson Foundation charity pack where 100% of those proceeds, after platform fees are applied, goes to the Jackie Robinson Foundation to continue their mission of helping build up the next great group of leaders in this country and around the world. And that pack will be on sale from today for a few weeks, believe until April 29th.
Get your pack until April 29th. Ivo, Ramon, this has been a wonderful conversation. Before we go, Ivo, we'll start with you. Any last messages you'd like to give to our community?
Absolutely. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in our future. Literally, we could not have done this. We could not do this work without your support, impacting lives and making a difference in the lives of so many young people. So thank you.
Ramon?
Saying thank you so much for all of your support. The MLB The Show community continues to show up and really prove that a life really is not as important as the impact it has on other lives. And if you're in New York, go see the Jackie Robinson Museum. It is an incredible museum. It's worth taking a trip to New York just to see that museum.
Agreed. Come on down to the museum.
I love it. Well, this has been such a pleasure. Once again, I'm Ashley, and I was joined by Ivo Filbert, the Vice President of the Jackie Robinson Foundation and Museum, and our very own Ramon Russell. Back to the live stream.
Well, what do we have here? Special guest Ramon is in the house. Huge shout out to Ivo for sitting down and talking to both of you guys about Jackie and how much he means to not just us, but the museum and baseball in general. We do have the Jackie Robinson Foundation charity pack that went live this morning.
Yes, indeed.
You can go ahead and if you purchase that, you'll get 5,000 stubs, 3 bat skins, socks, a bat grip, 2 profile icons, and 100% of the proceeds are going to go towards the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Ramon, huge W here.
Yes, indeed. This is now our, 4th year partnering with JRF, and it's been, like we talked about, an amazing partnership. 100% of those funds, after store platform fees are applied, goes to the JRF, and that's to fund more scholarships and to fund our scholarship endowment, which is really, really important. And as always, thank you to the community for all of your support, because we would not have those scholarships if you did not purchase this pack. So we really appreciate it.
And yeah. Ramon, with our conversation with Ivo, out of the Jackie Robinson Museum, you've been to the museum. How was that experience?
That museum is incredible. If you're ever in New York, please carve out time to go visit the Jackie Robinson Museum. It's like an Apple store, but about Jackie Robinson.
So cool.
What's really, really cool is that Rachel Robinson, Jackie's wife, she knew that Jackie was doing something special. So all throughout his career, even before he started playing baseball, because remember, he led it in a handful of sports.
Yeah.
She had this giant chest that she would put things in that were Jackie's: trophies, awards, medals, everything. And she put everything in this chest. And so when the museum was being constructed, she gave that chest to the museum. And there are so many artifacts in that museum, so many letters that some of them are very hard to read, but that museum is incredible. It is a must visit when you're in New York.
Must visit. Ramon's orders. Get the pack. Go visit the museum if you're in New York. I mean, yeah, it sounds amazing. Can't wait to get there at some point.
Awesome.
Thank you for hopping on. We appreciate you.
No problem. Enjoy it. This is a push the button at 12 stream, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Just wait till y'all hear this content. It's crazy.
Yeah,
See y'all later.
Ramon got a sneak peek at the content. I think we've waited long enough, Ashley. It is time to check out the Jackie Robinson Day program. Let's go straight to the dev kit, and we can work through this reward path.
Let's get into it. The Jackie Robinson Day program. It is a total the Negro League Series takeover in Diamond Dynasty. We were talking about it a little bit last week with Josh Gibson entering the second inning XP path. Today is no different with the JRD program. We're going to start it off with the returning legend Andy Cooper. We also have Rap Dixon at 40 stars before we move on to Leon Day at 60 stars. And Carson, one of my favorite things about the Negro League Series Legends is just the amount of secondary positions they can
played
play.
everywhere.
And Leon Day, again, fits that narrative perfectly.
Yeah, for sure. Huge W here. I loved being able to see some of these previous storyline season players make their way into Diamond Dynasty, especially so early in the power curve. You're seeing these mid-80s players, high 80s players that are really going to play for any team. You're going to see that theme throughout the whole day today. And it does, yeah, Leon Day, a great option here just for probably playing 25 minutes of content. And of course, that'll help with some other stuff down the road too, in terms of collections and things like that. So yeah, huge W here with Leon Day.
Absolutely. If we want to go full camera here, just so I don't spoil
Always
the end
keeping me
attributes,
honest, yeah.
I have to, you know. It just, you gotta be a little careful here. But we're gonna have 5 total players in this program. You saw the first 3. Let's hit them with player number 4, Rube Foster, the founder and the legend with the Chicago American Giants. You know I have to give my love to my city, Chicago. And Rube Foster, starting pitcher primary. He can play first. He can play right field. And he has one of the highest stamina ratings with a card that will take me 45 minutes, give or take, to add to my squad.
Totally, yeah. I mean, just working through this program so quickly, you're getting so many solid cards. I love seeing Screwball primary. I've played with Rube before in previous MLB The Shows. He always pitches a little above his attributes. I think people will be excited to get this card, like you said, in 40 minutes.
40 minutes. But that's not all. 4 players in this program, but it's called the Jackie Robinson Day program.
It's his day.
It's his day. He is the final reward that all you all saw in our socials posts this morning, but you haven't seen his attributes until right now. Shortstop primary Jackie Robinson, because that was his position when he played on the Kansas City Monarchs. But Carson, talk about a 5-tool player. Maybe 4.5. His power will get there.
Yeah, totally. I love seeing the Monarch version of Jackie. You can see his number is actually number 5 instead of number 42. Something that he wore when he played for the Kansas City Monarchs. But yeah, this card, I mean, you're talking about an hour and a half of grinding, and you're going to have one of the better shortstops in the game. I think it's a great way to celebrate Jackie on Jackie Robinson Day.
Not to mention, he can play all 4 infield positions, but if you also want to stick him to left field, he will get the job done there around 80s for all 4 defensive attributes. I know for me personally, defense is not my biggest strong suit in my own God squad in the outfield, so I'm very much looking forward to adding Jackie Robinson there. And, you know, Manny Ramirez, I might have to, finally move him to the DH spots.
Yeah, and then I like the contact and speed combo too, right?
Yeah.
As a hitter, like he's going to be able to hit some gappers for you and make singles doubles and doubles triples, which I like to see. So huge W here.
Yeah, and people are calling out his speed attributes. He will be a demon on the base paths and a bigger demon in the outfield if you choose to play him at that left field secondary position.
Totally.
So we see our 5 cards. We were talking about how this is a relatively quick program to progress through. So Carson, what are we kind of looking at here with this first folder of contents?
Yeah, you're going to see some missions. It's going to start with some programs and then, of course, a PXP mission. All very quick, all very easy. If you add all these program points up, it'll match 42. So knocking out these 4 challenges is already going to get you almost halfway through the program, Ashley.
Exactly. A little nice touch here with the 42 total points out of the Jackie Robinson Day Moments and Missions folder. Huge shout out to Cbrev putting that nice touch into this program. But that's not all. True to most of our assorted programs, as you're unlocking the cards throughout the program, play with those cards, earn some PXP, really relatively small PXP values with these players, and you're on your way to about 3/4 through the program.
I mean, you're going to be cruising through it. Like
Easy.
A player like me, I'm probably sitting in that 500, 600 rating in ranked. I can probably get through this within a little over an hour, so that's a huge W.
Yes, and we were talking about it earlier, but one of the last bits of pieces here, it is 100% optional, is the Storylines collection. So if you have caught up with Storylines Drop 1, you can collect those 3 players for a 5th progress into the program, and then once Drop 2 comes out in about 40 minutes from now, you play through Charleston's and Matlock stories, you're already 40% through the program, and you haven't done any of the other moments or missions.
Yeah, and then you throw in those other moments and missions, especially from that first folder. That's 82 points. You got 18 to go. I mean, you're going to be able to get Jackie really, really quickly.
I mean, it might take some people. I know we have a lot better people on the 6th than myself. I might get this done in like 30 minutes, to be honest, if they're already ahead here in the Storylines drops.
Yeah, so make sure you play your Storylines. I mean, it's free progress just for knocking out some of those moments and, walking through each player's journey with Bob Kendrick, and you'll, get a ton of great progress in this reward path.
But that's not all. If you're unable to lock in the Storylines optional collection for 20 points progress, there is a 20-point one-time progress showdown for Jackie Robinson Day. So we're going to make our way to that showdown just to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, and this is important. This is going to be a little different than what everyone's used to. Ashley, I know people are seeing all the mini bosses and the final boss.
Yep.
I don't know if I put the horse before the carriage here, but for this showdown only, this is important, chat. If you fail a mini boss, you can continue the showdown run.
Absolutely. That is my favorite thing. It might be like my all-time favorite bits that we've thrown into content since we launched 25 for the Jackie Robinson Day showdown only, at least for right now. If you were to fail one of these mini bosses as you go to the final boss, you will not fail out of the showdown entirely. Yeah, you won't get the runs you would get if you won that mini boss, but you will still keep going, and that's really important to note because this showdown is repeatable.
Yes.
Because we have even more cards to be earned from this program.
Yeah, so this showdown is going to house this Negro Leagues series choice pack, and you can, like Ashley mentioned, it's repeatable. You will not lose out the whole run if you lose to one mini boss. So keep plugging along, keep trying to get this pack. And there are 4 really great players in this pack that will also help celebrate that we can talk about later.
Exactly. So the biggest things to note here, if you miss out, you lose a mini boss, you can keep playing toward the final boss. Again, you still need to beat the final boss in order to get this pack. There are 4 players in this pack, but every pack you earn will grant you 2 players. So if you want all 4 of the players, you will have to play the showdown and successfully defeat it twice, but then you will only get that one-time 20-point program progress.
Yeah, huge W here. I love playing showdown personally, so I'm excited to rip this and get a bunch of great players just for playing.
Speaking of players, why not go full screen right here? We will find the we will find out who exactly is in that choice pack. And I have to start with my favorite, the Negro League Series card, Toni Stone. She is back in MLB The Show, and she is one of my favorite on-base machines. I stick her in the leadoff position, and she does not move.
Yeah, small strike zone, great contact, solid vision. This is a great card you get just for playing the showdown. And obviously winning it. But yeah, it's cool to see Toni Stone back in the game. Ramon called her out, said her swing is cracked.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you go and get Toni Stone through the showdown. Huge W here.
We're seeing that love in chat. We'll go full camera once again. We have 3 more cards to show from this program. None other than Bob Kendrick's very favorite, Buck O'Neil.
Buck O'Neil, you see that beautiful card art there celebrating his time on the Kansas City Monarchs. A great card, honestly. Solid first baseman. And this is just another one of those cards you'll see in that choice pack, Ashley.
I love that you called out the card art. As you can see, some of these cards don't look the same, even though they are all a part of the Negro League series. That's because we're taking some of the best from the past now 3 years of the Storylines project, so we can show off a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But that's not all when it comes to the players in this program. We have 2 more to show off than none other, Jose Mendez, holy secondary positions,
right.
And he's got that 12-6 break alongside the changeup, Carson.
Yeah, starting pitcher that can play in a lot of other positions, which is cool to see. Really interesting pitch mix with that, fast four-seam, slow curve and change, even throw a slurve in there. This will be an interesting card. I mean, not the one that, you're going to be clamoring about compared to everything else that's dropping,
right.
But just another solid card you can earn.
I mean, if you're somebody who hasn't played until today and you play this showdown, you knock out that program in 45 minutes, you're going to rock an all Negro League Series theme team, and it will compete with other people's squads.
Definitely.
But we have one more player to show off here. I need to remember where I put him on the squad.
He's around here somewhere.
I know he is. We'll get there. Do you have any fun stories to tell to everyone in the meantime?
Putting me on the spot.
I found him.
Oh, thank God.
I saved you.
Ashley always has my back. There he is. Bill Foster, switch hitting starting pitcher. Very interesting card, Ashley. Pretty cool.
I'm excited for him. Once again, I love the break in a lot of these repertoires. It's that old school repertoire. You're going to have the curves, the sliders, the change, but you will have the high heat to complement it. But that rounds out the 4 players you can earn from that repeatable showdown, the Negro League Series Choice Pack. Once again, you'll get 1 choice pack per every successful run, and you'll get 2 players per pack. So do the showdown twice, and you'll get all 4 players. That's a huge change from the previous spring breakout repeatable showdown, where you had to do the showdown 4 or 5 total times. We've cut that in half here.
Yeah, and then again, not having to reset your run if you lose to a mini boss is huge. Like, just keep going and try to make it up at the end. I think people will be excited for that. Remember, this will be exclusive to just this showdown for now, but that doesn't mean that future showdowns might not have that option too.
Right. Let us know your feedback. If you enjoy it, let us know. Maybe we can get into some future showdowns. If it's not your thing, that's totally cool as well. But from the amount of W's I saw in chat when we revealed that, I think it might be something that stays.
Yeah, keep that feedback coming. But that's not all, Ashley. We do have a Conquest map. Shout out to
our
all
Conquest.
our Conquest
They're
players.
always asking week in and week out, is there a new Conquest? And almost always the answer is yes. Play the Dodgers 3 times in a 42 map, and true to our Diamond Dynasty takeover, you'll be able to earn another player upon total completion. Talk to me, Carson, about Hilton Smith.
Yeah, I'm seeing the chat say this is an easy Conquest map. And it is. You're going to be able to cruise through it and get Hilton Smith. Just another great, interesting card. All the secondary positions, starting pitcher, curveball primary. So many unique pitch mixes like you talked about, Ashley. Just another great card you can earn from a relatively light grind.
Exactly. Oh, people want to see some hitting stats. Shout out Hilton Smith. He can get it done against lefties versus contact.
Yeah, sneaky speed too for a pitcher. You know what I mean?
Right?
Air quotes pitcher. He can kind of do it all.
Exactly. And we're seeing a lot more names in the chat. Be patient with us. We have even more content to talk about.
Halfway through the stream,
Exactly.
Chat.
We got time. Don't worry about it, But another true to the takeover here. We have a new event dropping today.
Yes.
It is the Jackie Robinson Day event. Play with Dodgers players, play with the Negro League Series players, and get some dubs in the event. Reminder, As you're playing the event, you will also be earning multiplayer program progress, which we will talk about in just a bit. But new event today.
That would mean there might also be a new rank today, Ashley.
I think you're right. In fact, I know you're right. New ranked dropping in just a matter of 30 minutes, meaning we have 2 new World Series rewards, and I think we need to show them the all-around, an absolute GOAT of a player. They were calling for him in the chat. Should we show them everyone?
I'm very excited for this card. The secondary positions alone got me excited. The versatility. I think it's time we just show the chat.
Let's do it. Returning from Season 1 of Storylines, Martin Dihigo is one of your World Series bosses, starting pitcher primary. He plays every single position on the diamond secondaries. He can hit as well with all of those positions. A true two-way player. I mean, he was rocking it before Shohei Ohtani, and look where Shohei Ohtani is.
Just a professional ball player, right? Martin Dihigo being celebrated. This is one of your World Series rewards that will be sellable, everyone. I think it's available once you get to that World Series tier. So this is one of the 2 players. You're seeing all these Negro League Series players be celebrated, not just in the Jackie Robinson program, but all throughout Diamond Dynasty. However, the next boss we're going to show is back to more of a different style of player, an MLB player, and one that I don't think the chat is expecting.
Oh, they're not expecting it at all. In fact, I'm a little surprised. I comb through social media, Reddit as often as I can, keep up with the feedback and everything. And this is a name that's kind of gone under the radar, which is crazy.
No one's talking about it.
Because he's always one of our favorites in the community.
To be fair, I was shocked that we were going to put him out this early.
That's fair.
But I think people are going to be very excited for this next World Series reward. So you have Dihigo.
Somebody thinks it's a Red Sox player.
That would be
It's not
that would
actually.
be cruel and unusual punishment.
It would be.
It is not a Red Sox player. It is
They're calling it.
It is an Atlanta Braves player, and
Chipper Jones.
it is Chipper Jones.
He is back. Max contact versus left. And I know y'all are tired of me saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. New Threads Aroldis Chapman came out a couple weeks ago in the collection. Another week goes by. We have another antidote to his arsenal in Chipper Jones here. He eats the lefties for breakfast.
He absolutely demolishes them, chat. I know there's some mixed reviews here. This is a great card. Celebrating that new Topps card art from the 2000 All-Star game or All-Star series. This is a card that is going to absolutely rake lefties, and then he'll still hold his own against righties, chat. Don't worry. This is Chipper we're talking about.
Right? I mean, I was talking about my lineup construction. Tony Stone leadoff. Chipper Jones right in that 2-hole. I know his clutch maybe isn't as high as some of our fans would want. Don't worry, we're still very early in the power curve, but this is the perfect 2-hole hitter in my book.
Yeah, give him a try. If you don't like him, I understand, but this card I think is going to be in a lot of lineups.
And so Chipper Jones, Martin Dihigo, they are your World Series rewards for this newest ranked.
Should we show the variants while we can?
I think we should show some variants here. They are back in the 1,000 rating. Martin Dihigo and Chipper Jones, same attributes all around, but the new gold variant for these cards.
Yeah, keep in mind this is similar to Ranked 1, where at the 1,000 rating, some of those top tier players can kind of peacock with just the card variant of these 2 bosses. These 2 World Series rewards, I should say, but really cool card art to celebrate both Dihigo and Chipper.
Absolutely. It's something that our fans have really loved in Ranked 1. They'll see it again here at the 1,000 rating in Ranked 2. If we want to go back full camera here, I am very excited for those World Series cards. I got really close to World Series last year. I just didn't play enough solo games. I finished right above 700.
Okay.
But I think it's my time to shine and go after these guys.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to have an interesting choice between Dihigo and Chipper. Don't worry. Both the cards will be sellable for that World Series rating, so anyone can get them if they need to. And then, of course, there might be a rewind pack in the future.
Ooh.
But this is what we have today for the new Ranked.
Absolutely. So new Ranked, new event, Battle Royale Flawless is still going strong. We'll get a new BR, I want to say middle of next week. We'll see. But with all that being said, a lot new. Online modes refreshing, meaning we have a new multiplayer program dropping for all of you today. And we will pull it up in just one moment.
Yeah, I'm seeing people ask, what about this multiplayer program? So play any way you want online, whether that be ranked, whether that be BR, whether that be the events, and you will get progress in the new program.
Without a doubt. Right away, off the path, you will get him relatively quickly. I need to quote Seabrev here. I was talking to him about this card earlier today, and he was telling me that this Kopech is one of the best bullpen arms you will find in Diamond Dynasty once this drops.
Yeah, Michael Kopech, relief pitcher. The pitcher clutch and hits are pretty dang good.
Maxed out, Max Bryan.
Max Bryan, and this is a card that you're going to be able to get very early in this reward pack.
Very early.
So he'll be terrorizing some hitters for sure.
Yeah, and people are noticing, yes, it is finally the Dodgers version of Michael Kopech. This is actually his second half Heroes card from this last season after the White Sox traded him at the deadline to the Dodgers.
I know it brought you no joy having this card.
No, because he really turned it on for the Dodgers.
Unbelievable.
I wanted it. But yes, so celebrate Michael Kopech's phenomenal second half from last year that led the Dodgers to the World Series championship. Not to mention Max Break, Max Velo. I'm going to have a lot of swing and misses against this card.
I think I am too, Ashley.
But true to the first multiplayer program, we always drop with 2 cards available at launch. And there's been a pretty big name we've been dancing around, haven't quite shown it yet.
Yes.
And I think it's time to show our fans the man that haunts their nightmares on the mound. Satchel Paige is your second drop 1 reward for the multiplayer program, and he gets it done.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were asking, where's Satchel? Where's Satchel? He is in this multiplayer 2 program. He'll be right around that Pendleton area.
Exactly.
If you're familiar with multiplayer 1. But yeah, a great card. A card that I could not hit for the life of me last year. So hopefully I have better luck this year.
And you know our fans expect a little something from Satchel Paige cards, especially when it comes to his quirks. He has Outlier 1 on his fastball. He'll be reaching triple digits, and he has Break Outlier for his off speed, meaning he will not lose break as he goes deeper and deeper into the ball game. Yeah, Good night, everyone.
That's important. Like, if Satchel will go late into games for you. 6th, 7th inning, you're still going to see that zip on the curveball and the slider. It's a really, really solid card, especially like this early in the game to have a card that can, throw as hard as he does. Huge win here.
Without a doubt. As we go back to the multiplayer program, let's kind of go through the other rewards as you're going throughout the program. So true to last time, packs are bundled here. We also have the return of the Batskin Rewind pack. So in case you missed out on the first multiplayer program, you'll be able to start earning those Batskins in future multiplayer programs. So that's the first Rewind pack we'll see. And then what's really cool, one of my favorite changes, maybe not change, but like nuance between the multiplayer programs, is we're trying to make it feel special when we can. So for the very first one, we went ham with the XP in the multiplayer program. For multiplayer 2 program, we decided to shift gears and go ham with promo choice packs. You see 2 right off the bat. In fact, our fans can earn up to 55 points in just drop 1, meaning they're going to net 2 promo packs.
Yeah, that's interesting, and that's something that I noticed right off the jump here, Ashley. More promo packs just to help with some of those collections, whether it be that Santander or, anyone else that's in those collections.
Maybe there's another one coming out at the end of this week. Not confirmed, but floated just now. So just a huge W here to kind of shift things. Keep giving us your feedback on how you guys like it, but I think this will be really, really well received. Right, and we know there's a huge Legends and Flashbacks update coming next Friday. more and more cards to lock in. But as we go throughout this path, we're now along drop 2 of missions here. But we see something our fans were wondering about in the first edition. Now, in the multiplayer program, you will see the previous World Series rewards earnable in this program. You'll be able to choose one here.
Yeah, and this is something we floated at launch, that just because you can't get them now doesn't mean you won't be able to get them later. So seeing the first World Series ranked rewind in this program just for playing multiplayer any way you want to, I think people are really going to enjoy having that.
I know they are. And then at the end of drop 2, you'll be all the way up to actually this Premier Choice Pack. We've doubled the amount of Premier Choice Packs in this program. We've doubled the Deluxe Choice Packs in these programs that you're seeing in drop 3. And you know we can't forget about Flawless. Yet again, another rewind pack for the previous Flawless rewards.
Yeah, and this is going to help with not only your roster, but possible collections down the road. I mean, just tons of ways to get these cards. While it be a little later, it's still going to help you complete a lot of cool collections and just for playing the game.
Exactly. And then the final reward near the end of the path, the biggest call out, we'll touch upon it in just one moment. You can play literally anywhere to unlock this player card.
Yeah.
As true for our last multiplayer program, there will be a few just tiny bite-sized missions that might be completable in events only, BR only, that will help you finish the path. But in order to get all 4 player rewards, all 3 rewind packs, if you're a big Batskin person, you'll be able to get everything playing your favorite mode. So if you're an event player, play event. You're a ranked player, play ranked. If you don't like playing BR, you don't have to play BR.
Yeah, and that was the whole idea behind this multiplayer program when we announced it at launch, right? Like, we want everyone to be able to play whatever mode online head-to-head they want. For me, I'm a ranked guy, so being able to get all these rewards just by playing ranked is a huge W.
But let's cut to the chase here. First drop missions, what can our fans expect? First things first, you're going to see more drops a week later. So next Tuesday there will be new drops, and then 2 weeks from today there will be that final drop, so you can keep on working in this program. Again, Michael Kopech, he's super early in the path. Get some hits, get some PXP, and bam, you got Kopech on your squad.
Yeah, you'll be able to unlock him really quickly just by playing any of these modes you're seeing on the screen, whether it's, 1v1, co-op, BR events. Huge win here, and that Kopech will be in a lot of bullpens, I'm sure.
And we know this multiplayer program lasts the whole entire 4 weeks, give or take, so we have some mid-length goals here with some stolen bases, some runs, and then we have some long-term missions to kind of keep you going from drop to drop. We actually dropped down the strikeouts. We were at 100 strikeouts for 10 progress points last time. We reduced it to 75, and then we're going total bases over hits now for the final chunk of change here. And then one of my favorite changes with the Multiplayer 2 program is when we end on that final player reward, that's not where that current path will end. We're sticking in that PXP mission at the end. So instead of ending the path at 50 points once you get Satchel Paige, Drop 1 actually ends at 55 points so that you can put Paige in your lineup right away and start working on his mission to tie you over until next Tuesday.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, and I thought it was a great idea, because everyone was able to get Pendleton at the end of their Drop 1, but they couldn't really do much to earn with him. Mm-hmm. So that's a little different this time. You'll be able to not only get Satchel, but then knock out his PXP challenge to get to 55 points just to get you ready for Drop 2.
Right, and that will be a trend as we continue throughout the drops for the Multiplayer 2 program. But for today, earn all the way up to the second Deluxe Promo Choice Pack. Add Satchel Paige. He'll be the ace on your starting rotation. And Michael Kopech, he's going to be your closer, or he's going to complement Chapman really well in your bullpen if you have him already.
Lots of pitching options today. Just dropping on a Tuesday, yeah.
Right? Not a lot of sassy lefty pitching options.
I haven't seen one yet. Not one to note, at least.
Maybe we go full screen here. We were showing it all throughout. New storylines drop 2. We have Josh Gibson, who we talked about in the XP Path last Friday. We have a showdown with the Negro League Series. We have a conquest. We have the Jackie Robinson Day program with 5 players. Our fans know us quite well.
Yes.
And I know I've been kind of seeing it alluded to. I'm seeing some oh
I'm seeing a lot
no's
of
in
oh
the
no's.
chat as they start to realize. But all of this is coming together to show off as the Negro League Series collection. We have not one, but 2 collect rewards for all of you, with the first one being Mr. Larry Doby.
Yeah, as chat totally predicted, Larry Doby is one of the collections. You will see him as a collect 13 for the Negro League Series players. Lefty slugger, honestly. This is a really good card. He'll be able to hit for you. He plays solid defense, Ashley. I really like this one.
And we were talking about it earlier today. Center field options, especially when you're just looking at those really 5 defensive attributes. I'm going to loop in speed into that category.
Sure.
I've been pulling a lot of secondary positions in the outfield. Right now, Travis Bazana mans my outfield. That's his secondary position, center field. So he does take that secondary position kind of hit.
Yeah, you have to pay for it, right?
Right. But Larry Doby, primary center fielder, who is also an on-base machine, 90 clutch. I'm excited to have him kind of roaming out in my outfield.
Yeah, and something else with a lot of these Negro League Series players, for most of our legends we've been seeing, you haven't seen this kind of secondary position flexibility. So having some of these players that you can really move around is really big. I mean, for me, like I like pinch hitting, and then sometimes you have to like move your defense around after.
Certainly.
And having that kind of flexibility at the end of a game, I think, will be really helpful. Just a small wrinkle that I think people will enjoy.
Exactly. And our fans are wondering, how do you get this Larry Doby? You have to collect 13 the Negro League Series players to unlock his card. So we just kind of go over what's out today. You get 1 player from Conquest. You get 4 players from Showdown, 5 players from the Jackie Robinson Day program, and if you've already done drop 1 of storylines, that's where you get your 13 players to get Larry Doby.
So you get him pretty quick.
You get him pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember a collection that you get that quickly and frictionlessly.
No,
with
it's
no friction.
Right? It's a 100% grindable Larry Doby.
Yeah.
But we also know there's an extra captain card in storylines, that 4th card that came out in drop 1. We have 2 cards today in drop 2. We'll have 3 more cards in drop 3. But then we also have a World Series boss. We have a multiplayer guy. We have a XP path, Josh Gibson.
Maybe the Conquest guy.
Guy. So that all leads to our very own.
It's a player everyone's been talking about.
They're scared, and I'm scared too.
It's a sassy lefty. Oh no is right. Ashley, who do we got?
We have John Donaldson. He is back.
Oh my God.
And he and Satchel Paige are going to reign supreme as a 1-2 punch for your starting rotation. 95 stamina, maxed out velo, and the biggest thing that scares our fans the most, double outlier.
So you're going to see an outlier not only with the 4-seam, but you're going to see it with the slider primary.
Good luck.
I'm seeing lots of oh-nos in the chat. I agree. I don't know who let the live content get away with this, the live content team. But Donaldson is your collect 20 for the Negro League Series players.
Yes, and reminder, I know I've been trying to do my best to show you, as we were talking about earlier, a lot of two-way players when it comes to the Negro League Series. So if we've shown some hitting stats, make sure to check out their pitching stats. If we've shown pitching stat primaries, feel free to check out their hitting stats as well. I mean, I was talking about center field with Larry Doby, and don't worry, he will be my mainstay center fielder. But if I need a pinch hit and then add in John Donaldson, I know somebody who can be my center field, though his responsibility is on the mound.
For
let's
sure.
be real.
But just having that option is crazy, right? Like,
yes.
Before, we had Ohtani, these guys were doing this, way back in the day. And it's cool to have these players enter MLB The Show and be able to do this kind of stuff, right?
Exactly. So there you have it. Collect 20 the Negro League Series players. You will unlock John Donaldson. A big note, because we do know one of those players is tied behind World Series. We will have future World Series rewind packs in the multiplayer program. However, taking that World Series out of the equation, once drop 3 of storylines drops, you will have enough cards without needing that World Series Martin Dihigo to finish this collection. As we like to say, these collections can be a little hard at first. We always like to put a 100% grindable option first, which is Larry Doby in this case. We have expanded it to reach this John Donaldson, but don't worry if you can't get some of those cards, whether it is the multiplayer program, maybe it is World Series, maybe it's another area. Once drop 3 of Storylines hits, you will be able to lock in this John Donaldson while avoiding maybe those high-stress situations.
Yeah, totally. So that third drop will be on May 2nd, so keep that in mind. And like Ashley said, anyone can go get him today.
Yes.
But it will only get easier as the next couple weeks progress.
Exactly. That is the goal. So, Carson, we are around 10 minutes from pushing the button. We did it. I thought we were going to go even longer.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much great content today. It feels like a Friday with how much great content's dropping. You know we had to blow it out for Jackie Robinson Day. Not only do you get Jackie just for playing an hour's worth of content, but there's so many other great Negro League legends littered throughout Diamond Dynasty.
All throughout, which is really exciting. But that's not all. Let's throw up the calendar for what's upcoming. We were hinting at it earlier, but coming this Friday, Jackie Robinson Day today. I'm getting ahead of myself. But with the next bullet point, the egg hunt returns this Friday, and that's all we're going to say. You got to keep it a surprise.
It's just going to be an excellent day. I had to.
That was good. That was good.
Get ready for some excellent content, chat.
Amazing. But following up Egg Hunt, we have the third drop of the April Spotlight program. And not to spoil anything, but the final reward in that program is a name that people were bombarding chat with the last couple weeks.
And it's something like we watch the games. We're monitoring this stuff. But I think you guys are going to like that final player.
Without a doubt. But moving down the list here, we have a To the Moon on the 22nd. So find out more in just a little bit. And then lastly, The Show Live will be on May 2nd. We're going to take a little break, so you won't see us this Friday, nor will you see us next week. However, the content is not slowing down.
No.
Check out the scouting report. Check out all of our social media channels. Enjoy working through Jackie Robinson today, Egg Hunt this weekend, and a whole slew of content coming next week. And we'll check back in on the 2nd. And I have good authority that May 2nd is the first attributes roster update.
The numbers will be crunched. The attributes will be changed, and we'll talk all about it on the next show live, May 2nd. Very excited for that one.
I cannot wait. But reminder, you saw it this morning, the Spring Community Challenge is underway. Once this content hits your PlayStations, your Xboxes, your Nintendo Switches in just a matter of minutes, get plate appearances and base hits with Jackie Robinson, the Negro League Series, and then some of those Egg Hunt guys come this weekend for some community rewards that hopefully you'll unlock all 3 tiers and get some nice rewards at the beginning of next week.
Yeah, the community challenge was a huge success last year. I know a lot of people played it in the fall, and they got all those really cool packs in the show shop after they succeeded all the goals. So go in, check out our socials, and take a look at what it takes to get all 3 packs again. And we'll see if we make it. I'm excited.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
The community rocked it with the home run challenge last year. They have a new one this year. Bring your A game. It counts everywhere throughout the game. That's Diamond Dynasty, storylines, and moments. All of that is going to be counting toward this challenge. You should be able to check your progress, I believe, on theshow.com.
Yep.
So feel free to go do that. But with that being said, always make sure you're checking out the scouting report. I believe the April packs went out early last week. You'll have monthly packs rolling into your inventory as we continue on. The Golden Ticket campaign is returning as well.
The Golden Ticket will be back. I think it'll hopefully be starting in May. We'll keep you guys posted there. Probably some news on that May 2nd stream,
There
if
we
I
go.
had to guess.
I love it. Make sure you're following us on socials. And then once again, it was a huge honor and privilege and opportunity to sit down with Vice President of the Jackie Robinson Museum, Ivo Filbert. So Ivo, thank you very much for your time. Our very own Ramon joining us as well, both on the screen and in person. A huge thank you to Ramon, a huge shout out, and please get well soon, Bob Kendrick. We know you just had some surgery. We're all rooting for you here on the SDS team. And last, but certainly not least, a huge thank you to the community feel free, check out that Jackie Robinson Foundation charity pack. All the proceeds are going to be going to that foundation, fueling up and leading those scholars. And then a big thank you to the whole live team, the whole art team. Shout out Control Room Colin, hitting us up with these shirts from the Jackie Robinson Museum. And a big thank you to the stream team as a whole.
Yeah, thank you to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Carson.
Yeah, this was a great stream. I mean, when Ashley mentioned we're going to do a stream on a Tuesday, Jackie Robinson Day, and then I looked at the content, I was like, this is going to be a banger. So hopefully you guys all enjoy the great content to celebrate Jackie, everything he's done. Yeah, really excited for everything here, and have fun.
Can't wait. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Peace.